to the mall.
All right, the mall. Go get your money.
Could you drop us off at the nearest mall?
I heard something today at the mall.
You know where the big mall is?
Yeah.
Searched every store in the mall.
I'm meeting you at the mall. I don't know.
1:15 a.m. Twin Pines Mall.
Right.
I'm gonna meet him at the mall later today.
I see. Oh, they're probably just at the mall.
You know the shopping bag out by the mall?
Saturday is bull day down at the Northgate Mall.
Hey, I bet they'd love a great shopping mall right here.
I cannot believe her father gave her his credit card to go to the mall.
Pants and burgers. Yeah. Lots of space in this mall.
I have not been to the mall in weeks. I went to the mall to get a dress for tonight.
Let's go to the mall now. You can watch me spin.
I'll meet you noon tomorrow at Ocean Park Mall, near the fountain.
I suppose you shopped at the new mall like everybody else, huh?
Sat across from the mall. We ate together. We ate. That's.
I'd like to open up by apologizing for the icy today at the malls.
What could be taking them so long? I am not missing the mall today.
Who have dated older guys. You work at the best food stand in the mall.
You work in the theater. All the action's on the other side of the mall.
I'm a friend of your daughter's. Well, I sat with her yesterday.
Farms, banks, shopping malls. 2 shopping malls.
I'm gonna be working on Friday, so you can just pick me up at the mall.
Linda. You're the one who told me I was gonna get a boyfriend at the mall.
This is it. The site of our controversial first date. I met her in a mall.
Not a mall, all right? The mall. Show some respect.
Well, check out that mall, man.
Where's the bathroom in this mall?
Pool, there's no shopping malls, there's no cable.
Totally rad. Field trips to the mall.
I love the mall this time of year.
Ooh, there's that new mega mall they're building.
Everybody loved you at this mall.
I can't believe you had the nerve to come to my mall and pick up.
Or they may be moving to a shopping mall near you.
See you every week in this mall.
Okay, just go back to the mall or something.
Go to the mall, have a calorie fest.
Mom, maybe you're right. I have to go back to the mall anyway.
Are you the guy who sells corn dogs at the mall?
See Mr. Hanky at the Mall of Nebraska.
Why do they hide the bathrooms in these malls?
I'm a security guard. I work at the mall.
Sophia, what time does that mall close? I feel like getting wild.
I even took her to the mall.
There, now we're friends. See you at the mall.
Mall trip for your birthday on Saturday.
Come on, Dave.
Can somebody drive us to the mall?
You sure you don't want to come to the mall with us? It was in the mall.
Daddy, I had a little accident at the mall.
Then, it's off to the mall and lunch. Have fun. To be franchised in every suburban shopping mall.
Hey, the new mall in the South District. Boy, what a beauty.
Well, I've seen him before. He worked at the Fox Hills Mall.
Nick, I've got 6 hours to get home, get big, and get to the mall.
So go get to that cafeteria in the mall.
A bunch of us are going to hang out at the mall. Want to come?
Lisa, I can't go to the mall with you.
What kind of mall is this? I know there's no stores or food.
I mean, here he is. He's hanging out at a mall.
I don't know. Maybe I'll call Amy. Maybe I'll go to the mall, do some shopping.
Discos or strip bars or malls or anything to go to?
The safest place for you to be right now is at the mall.
I mean, what was he doing here? Blanche picked him up at the mall.
What are we gonna do?
Go to the mall and scam on guys.
Yeah, and we can build a mall so I'll have a place to hang out.
You have a map of the mall?
I have a map of every mall from here to Tijuana.
We're going to the mall.
Remember when "I'll meet you at the mall" wasn't just a phrase? It was a promise of adventure. Let me tell you something about growing up in the 80s, before smartphones, before the internet, before everything became a digital memory. We had the mall. For those of us who grew up in the 80s, the mall wasn't just a place to shop. It was our universe. It was where we found freedom, fun, and friendship. Whether you were hanging out in the arcade at Aladdin's Castle, flipping through records at Sam Goody, or checking out the latest action figures at KB Toys, the 80s mall experience was all about discovery and excitement. The mall was our place to escape, connect with friends, and explore the trends that shaped our generation. It was a sensory overload of the best kind. From the smell of fresh Cinnabon and pretzels, mixing with new clothes, and a chlorine scent coming from the fountain. The squeak of white sneakers on freshly waxed floors. The sound of Prince blasting from the music store. Some entrances had a strong smell of smoke because smoking was public at that time, or at least at my old mall. The mall was our playground, our social network, our entire world compressed into a magical rectangle of retail and possibility. The mall was one special place that was neither home nor school, a kingdom of fluorescent lights, possibilities, and pure, unfiltered teenage freedom. Whenever we traveled to a new city, one of the very first things was to always check out the malls. You could go to the mall regardless of the weather. You could spend an entire day at the mall, and even night if your mall had a movie theater. You could also have an amazing time without spending a ton of money. You just had to be looking cute because you would definitely be running into people you knew. There were usually events at some type of stage area, live music, fashion shows, dancers. I think we're alone now. Hello. Tiffany knew what she was doing with her mall tour. Your mom would drop you off at the main entrance with a warning. Stay where I can find you. You walk in, and that blast of air-conditioned freedom hits your face. And suddenly, you're home. Not the kind with parents and curfews, but your real home, where every storefront was a portal to possibility, and your only responsibility was making it to Orange Julius before your allowance or babysitting money burned a hole in your acid-wash jeans. You knew exactly how to stretch that $20 bill out to have the longest and best day ever. The mall provided so many perfect first part-time jobs, and so many first dates happened there. Friendships were forged. Entire relationships began and ended between the Sbarro and the Chick-fil-A. We didn't know it then, but we were living in a golden age. Before smartphones turned us into digital zombies, before Amazon made shopping feel like a spreadsheet, we had something better. We had the mall. You would be walking past Camelot Music, Disc Jockey, or Musicland, and the latest Def Leppard album practically screaming your name through the window. Buying a cassette tape was a whole event. You'd spend hours studying album art. How many good songs were on the tape? Were the lyrics included? Debating which tape to buy with your hard-earned allowance. Run DMC or Def Leppard. These were life-changing decisions. There would be a new pair of Guess jeans just calling your name, but that would drain your entire savings. You had to go by the fragrance section in one of the anchor stores to douse yourself in Liz Claiborne or Polo. And if you timed it right, you could hit the food court for free samples of bourbon chicken before meeting your friends at the fountain. The mall wasn't just a place to shop. It was our social network for teenage life. Let's take a little walk through memory lane, shall we? Past Spencer Gifts that gave us permission to be weird, and where we knew the exact aisles to avoid if we were with our parents. There was Walden Books or B. Dalton, where we'd spend hours thumbing through Sweet Valley High novels and trying to look intellectual in case anyone was watching. The carefully choreographed loops around the upper and lower levels, the strategic positioning at the fountain, close enough to be seen, but yet far enough from the stores that were high-risk possibilities to avoid running into your mom. And the stores, each one was a character in our coming-of-age story. KB Toy Hobby Store, or K&K Toys, Chess King, Sam Goody, Merry Go Round, Rave, Deb, Fashion Bug, Maurice's, Petland, remember pet stores in the mall? Casual Corner, The Limited, Radio Shack, The Gap, Sharper Image, Woolworths, Wilson's Leather, Gadzooks, Babbage's, Claire's, Suncoast, and the arcade was everything. Whether you had Aladdin's Castle, Tilt, Pocket Change, or Jolly Time, you would rush to your game to make sure your initials still held that high score. My favorite stores were Coach House Gifts and Sanrio. I can still smell the Sanrio store. And there was usually a poster store to kill a lot of time in, and a piano store to have fun until an employee was side-eyeing you to either buy a piano or leave. And the food court. The food court deserves its own video. But here's what made it magic. We were all there together. No screens between us. No avatars. No filters. Just real faces, real laughs, and real drama. Friday nights at the mall were our version of social media. Only we actually had to be social. The mall taught us things no classroom could. How to budget when you're faced with choosing between a new hypercolor t-shirt or enough quarters for an afternoon at the arcade. How to walk that fine line between looking like you're shopping and actually just loitering. Today's kids will never know the thrill of finally being old enough to get dropped off at the mall alone. They'll never experience the pure adrenaline rush of trying to make it to Orange Julius before your crush walks by. If I ask my kids if they want to go to the mall, they see it as a place you go when you have an exact item in mind to purchase, in which case they would rather me just go alone. They don't see it as this ultimate hangout like we did. Let's not get too misty-eyed. Let's fast forward to today, and many of those iconic malls are just sitting empty, mere shadows of their former glory. At some point, so many malls started dying. But this just means transformation and opportunity for Gen X. So here's a wild idea. What if retirement looked exactly like our teenage years? Our generation grew up in these malls, so why not grow old in them too? What if we turned all these dead malls into retirement homes for Gen X? Retirement communities, complete with all the original mall amenities. Just imagine morning power walks, lapping the inside of the mall, meeting at evening karaoke at the food court. We could have rooms designed just like teen rooms in the 80s, physical therapy in the arcade or a padded roller skating ring, medications distributed from the guy who passes out bourbon chicken samples, group activities synchronized to our ultimate 80s playlists. The malls might be fading, but the memories we made there, they're forever locked in our Gen X hearts, right next to our love for John Hughes. I was just at my mall yesterday and was so thankful it had life. The escalator still messed me up, but it felt good being home. So here's to the mall, our first taste of freedom, our social education, our weekend sanctuary. We may have physically grown up, but somewhere in some abandoned food court, our teenage selves are still deciding between another lap around the upper level or finally heading home. Drop a comment below. I want to hear all about your mall and your memories. Because while our favorite stores may be gone, the stories are still very much open for business.